Yeah, I've got a 75A4 receiver sitting over a few feet away from me, and I got to do some work on it. But it doesn't have a really wide filter for AM. It's got like a 3kc filter and a CW filter. So I need to find something for that, and you know, I probably could find a 455kc filter from some other source that's wider. Throw that in there or try it. But I got to do some other work on it. It's got some hum. It's a little bit deaf, and then I've got a Ranger that I need to do some work on, and it's got some hum problems, and hopefully I'll get to it in the next few months. And anyway, I've got other stuff too, but an 813 rig, which I want to get going. Pair of 813s driven by 810s. Let's send it over to the braking station W2JTD if you're still there. Go ahead. This is Greg, K1YW, and Dan is down there near DC in Virginia, K4DBK. So hope you're hearing both of us.
All right. Let's see here. K1YW with K4DBK. Where's that coming from? Maybe if I hit that. Oh, yeah, that's better. This is W2JTD. Yes, running a K7 III that gets into everything. So when I get on the air sometimes, it's a treasure hunt to see. There's an audio amplifier somewhere that's picking me up unnecessarily. Might even be that tooth in the back, left quadrant. That bad filling. Anyway, good evening, gentlemen. My wife just got home. That's over now. It's the end. Greg, thanks for the spare fets that I've got here in the bag, just in case. Hopefully I won't need them. I really hate this rig. This thing's dragged me through I hate it so much I'm going to buy another one. I'm going to buy the 160/80 version, you know, because what's that garbage song? I only like it when it rains. I learned a lot from the K7 DYY transmitter. I mean, this is like the Marine Corps. You just, you can't look left or right. It's straight ahead, sir, yes, sir. And once you do that, hey, I've been on 40 meters this long and it hasn't crapped out. This has not always been the case. This thing would clock off on the merest inhale. So I'm ahead of the game. And VJB and I, well, VJB anyway, came up with the idea of, hey, why don't you trim your antenna so it's really close to resonance? And I took it from there. So, when I work down on 75 meters, I'm dead on accurate. Up here on 40, it's close approximation, but I use a tuner to loosen up the armpits. It's like being a fat guy in a thin suit, this thing. You just have to allow for it. So, Greg, you're 20 over. Dan, you're let's see, you're about S6, S7. I'm hearing you. Your 40 watts is doing all okay. My name's Paul. I'm in Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey, but I signed Cape May because it's classier, and I don't have to pay the taxes down there if I live up here. K4DBK in the group, W2JTD.
Okay, W2JTD in the group, K4DBK, and you have a nice signal there. Not quite as strong as Greg, but you're 100. Good deep. And yeah, the rig here is a Collins HF281, about a 45-year-old Collins solid state dump top thing. And of course, like Collins and Harrison knows, who build a lot of stuff for the military, when they have AM on their later rigs, when they have an AM position, it's really upper sideband with injected carrier, and that's what this is. So, for anyone with a spectral display, folks will tell me, oh, you're missing the lower sideband. Certainly nothing like a John. But I'm playing around with it. I love this rig on sideband. I mean, it's got a lot of punch. Get a lot of good reports with it, and I think the filters. The mechanical filters in it for sideband are kind of wide. I think they're 2.85 kc. So they're a little on the wider side, but I get good reports on sideband because of that. There's slop bucket high. But anyway, very good. Let's see. So anyway, good to hear you in there, W2JTD, and I'll pass it back to K1YW. Gee, you're not K7BYY. K1YW, K4DBK, over to you.
Okay, yeah, very good, Dan. Dennis, sorry. Oh, boy.
Sorry, Dennis.
It's hard to read my scratching notes here. Anyway, hello, Paul. I don't think I've talked to you before, but I guess you were on the list of for the FET, so nice to meet you finally on the air. And sorry about the confusion with well, I guess I really wasn't sure. I was kind of spooked that those FETs were, knockoff ones and all that, but I'm pretty sure they're okay. RDS. Probably, it's hard to fake it, whereas the other parameters might not be easy to measure, or and the packages looked identical to what the data sheet showed. So anyway, I'm pretty sure they're okay. Not 100% sure, but anyway, let's see. Well, with this Max Audio processor, I seem to have fewer trip outs. I think sometimes I had a trip out before I used this processor, just like talking, and all of a sudden some voice peak that the TYY didn't like, and off it went. And so the Max Audio processor has a compressor, and it has a peak limiter, positive negative peak limiters that follow the compressor. So it seems like it's giving me better stability. The SWR issue, I'm kind of wondering about it because I did this experiment where I put I have a SWR bridge. I put one right in back of the GYY at the output, and then I have another one that's in the matching network, the PALSTAR, and seems like they don't agree with each other. So I'm kind of wondering if the output of the GYY is not exactly 50 ohms, maybe off a bit. So I wonder if being at exactly 50 ohms or some other number is the best solution. So, but it's kind of hard to measure what the output impedance is, because if you have a directional coupler that's kind of matched up for a 50 ohm system with its own terminations, and how do you measure the output impedance of it when it's transmitting? I don't know. So I'm thinking about what to do, but anyway, I'll send it over to you, and I wonder how long you've had your DYY rig, and have you blown out any FETs? I did a few times. One day back in July, it was like 2 episodes of Blowing Fence.